Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Want to get into some symptoms today. Had a bunch of people reach out. I was on a little mini vacation and I kind of caught up a little bit last night when I got back and a little bit this morning. Yeah, I just want to touch on some things. Okay, around October 15th to 16th, we had a shift. Many of you felt it, if not everyone that's awake felt it. Um, People are experiencing throwing up. For the most part, I mean, you're talking about people that said they haven't thrown up in 30 years or 20 years or whatever the case may be, just throwing up out of nowhere. You're fine, you're sitting there, and then all of a sudden, you get nauseous, and there you are throwing up, okay? Now, for some, maybe it is the flu, but for the most, people that are watching this channel, it's not the flu. Because there's a flux between throwing up and then feeling pretty good and then throwing up and feeling pretty good. So when you have a virus, it's a kind of a constant 24-hour flu or whatever. So this is a little different. Along with that, people are are experiencing stomach aches. Terrible, terrible stomach aches. I don't know. The best way to describe it is like food poisoning, kind of like punching feeling in your stomach. And it's happening between 10 and 2 in the morning, okay? Or you could be sleeping and you wake up with a massive stomach ache, or right before you try to go to bed, it starts. Nothing comes of it. It's just a really bad pain in the stomach that kind of comes and goes and lasts for about 2 hours, and then it goes away by itself. A lot of you are experiencing vertigo. Now, guys, for those that relate to some of the things I am talking about and not the rest, you will experience them. I can't stress this enough, because I spoke about on my other video and all my videos, but the last video I made, I explained things that were going on and things that were going to start happening. Okay, symptoms you were going to start feeling if you didn't feel them yet. And although you guys listen to it and be like, okay, I could dismiss that because it's not happening to me, then when it does, you all freak out and you're like, what's happening? Okay. When these symptoms hit you, please go back to a prior video of mine, okay? Because I do discuss it, and then you know that you're not alone and this really is happening, because these symptoms happen at different times to different people, slightly different ways, but they happen, okay? So it's a reference. You could always go back and be like, okay, yeah, I related to what she said last week, but now I'm feeling this. Did she mention that? And you'll see that I did, okay? Yeah, so the stomach aches, the vertigo. The vertigo is a really weird, uncomfortable feeling. Like, it's not your normal vertigo where everything is really, really, really spinning and stuff like that. It's just a constant, almost all day thing of feeling like you're actually not touching the ground. Okay. A weird lightheadedness. For instance, you're in the shower, right? And you're washing your hair and you close your eyes. You can't close your eyes because you feel like you're just going to fall over and hit the wall or something. And it's not like you actually see the thing spinning with your typical vertigo attack. It's more like you don't really see it spinning, but you feel it in your body. And that's what's causing the throwing up, because I had mentioned it's like kind of like a motion sickness. All right. So you guys, although you don't visibly see the room spinning, your body's feeling as if it is. Okay. So when you're in the shower, you'll notice if you close your eyes that you have to open them right away. It's like because you're just going to fall. You lose complete balance. You lose complete balance. Like I said, without things feeling like they're spinning, you just feel like you just lost complete balance. That's been going on a lot. That's been going on for the last, almost a week. It's just, yeah. throughout the day. Um, I had mentioned in my last video about grinding, teeth grinding. Still happening. You have to understand too, people that are dealing with the vertigo, when you grind, you're causing actually inflammation everywhere. And that will cause the vertigo also. Okay. It's just amplifying everything is basically what it's doing. Um, I don't sleep with any kind of retainer for it. Like I said, I do the best. Like I try to chew gum as much as possible. I still find myself grinding my teeth like insanity. Just this uncomfortable feeling in my body. And the best way to get rid of it is, I guess, we grind our teeth. Um, Another thing is tightness in the head. Tightness in the head. What's the best way to describe it? Like you have like a vice on your head. Somebody's just turning it and making it tighter, tighter, tighter. It's like a pressure, a really weird pressure. And you feel it most when you wake up. Okay? You feel it most when you wake up. With the pressure, your ears are popping, which was happening to me also, especially yesterday. Just driving, I felt like I was going up and down hills, and I wasn't. And my ears would just pop. It was just like a really weird pressure thing. Now, those that are not experiencing, because I only got a few that said that they were. For the most part, it was more of the vertigo, the throwing up, and a couple other things I'm going to talk about. So you will experience that if you have not yet. Okay, it's kind of like it feels like just a pressure changed around you, like an atmospheric pressure change. That's the best way I could explain it. I am soaking wet. I'm sweating right now so bad. It's 91 degrees. Even though the air conditioner's on, I don't feel it. Another thing is the ringing in the ears. This actually, I think, is the most important thing to discuss, because some of you are getting it constantly. There's no letting up. The ringing has been a constant thing. I have mentioned before that that's not something that I really experience, just on and off, no big deal. But up until like last week, it's been every day for me. When it is quiet, it's amplified. It's amplified. And if you pay attention to it all day long, it'll drive you mad. So try not to do that. But guys, listen, this is really, 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 really important, okay? Do your best to find a place where you can tune into, pay attention to that ringing or humming. For me, it's more of a humming with a slight ring, okay? To do your best to tune into that ringing, because it will put you in a meditative state, okay? It is so important. Okay, basically what's happening with that, it's your body's defense mechanism kicking in. It needs you to unwind and take you away from the craziness that's going on that your brain can't fucking make heads or tails of. At one time, I'll get back to that. On one time, we would go to sleep, right? And we'd wake up refreshed and be like, okay, I could tackle the world today and whatever. We don't have that luxury anymore, okay? There is some kind of merging with the dream state, okay? And the wake state. There is a merging going on. At this time, you're going to notice that your dreams are more real than this reality. It's becoming more structured, more limitations, more real. Now, although some of you will have like a 6-7 hour sleep, you wake up and it feels like you slept for 20 minutes, a half hour, not even a half hour, 10, 15 minutes. You don't feel that refreshing feeling. You don't feel energized. It feels like there is no separation between day and night. The dream state and the awake state just seems to go into each other, one after another. Day bleeds into night, night bleeds into day kind of thing. There is no separation. There is no shutting the brain off and going into la la land anymore. Okay? So basically, when you're dreaming and you wake, say you were jogging in your dream and you wake up, you're literally exhausted. There is no shaking it. There is no getting rid of it. You're literally exhausted as if you did it. Regardless of what you do in the dream state, crosses over into this state. Just because you open your eyes doesn't mean anything. It's still a continuation. So the ringing in the ears is a defense mechanism that the body is creating for you to focus so you can get out of this reality for a little while in a meditative state, because not everybody knows how to meditate. And that's a way to get you there. Okay? For those that are not experiencing the ringing in the ears, please meditate. Whatever routine you got, whatever ritual you got to get you there, go there, because that is the only outlet at this point where we could stop the chatter and the dream state and the reality state merging together. There's no other way to rest. You have to rest the mind. Because for the most part, most of you are feeling very, very anxious. You wake up in the morning and you're like, you jump out of bed. You're like, okay, gotta go, gotta do this, do that. There's no you can't distinguish between the two, wake and sleep. It's just colliding into each other. You're sitting there waiting, something's coming, something's going to happen. You know, that anxious kind of feeling going on where you felt like you haven't slept forever and you need an escape. This is why the ringing is happening, okay? Plus other things, there are things within frequencies that disturb and stuff, but the constant, okay? Just trust me, just use it to your advantage. That's why it is there, okay? Another thing that I find really interesting that hasn't come up in a really, really long time is people coughing, just coughing like crazy for no reason at all, and the mucus, lots and lots of mucus. You're not sick. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just coughing up phlegm like crazy. Like I said, quite a few had said that. I was kind of like, wow, you know, because I know that happened about a year and a half, 2 years ago, where a lot of people were experiencing that out of nowhere. So some of you are going through that didn't go through that then are going through it now. You know, it's really weird the way, like I said, everybody's experiencing things at different times. The emotional waves are still there. The only difference is the anger is gone. There's no more anger. It's just you're getting these waves of a mourning feeling, just pure bawling out your eyes, and you have no idea why. I touched on it on another video. You guys are still bringing it out, okay? The anger is definitely gone. You're not getting those, you know, on and off crazy anger periods. That's gone. For those that are not there yet, you will experience, because some of us are experiencing now, like I said, the anger is gone, but there's also a feeling of like somebody dropped you off at a bus stop. Okay, what next? What now? What's going on? a feeling of everything around you being fake, and you're just looking out of your eyes. Like you don't even have a feeling about your own body. You don't even feel your own body. You're even detached to that. Okay? For the most part, some people feel like they're not even in the room. It's a trippy feeling, and it's really hard to explain these things in the human language because there really isn't any. But yeah. So, like I said in my other video, you could be having a conversation with someone and not feel like you are here, not that you are solid, that anything, nothing. Just even when you're walking, you feel like you're not even touching the ground at this point. A lot of people are experiencing memory loss of childhood, long-term memory. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be afraid of. You see, like some people say, I am who I am today because of what I've been through in my life, right? Now, if you look at your experience and that's what you identify yourself with, the things that you've been through, you're going to have to let that go. Because the things that you have been through, this is all an illusion. It's all an illusion, okay? It's not who you are. It's not what made you who you are today. It really isn't. If you really think about it, it's not, okay? You have to let those things go. And even though right now it's really hard for us to do that because our minds are all over the place, we're sleep deprived, it's like the universe is doing it for us. Our minds are doing it for us. We know that the brain doesn't store memory, right? But it goes and it reaches for that binary digit, that binary code that holds a particular feeling, a particular memory, or whatever you want to call it, and we relive it. It's kind of detaching itself from that. It's trying to reach out and grab certain things, certain memories, so you guys can sit and dwell on it and go, well, what did I do wrong? And what did I say wrong? And blah, blah, blah. And it's not letting you do it. It's just not letting you do it. You're like, I don't have a feeling attached to a certain memory anymore, a certain person anymore. It's gone. You could beat yourself up trying to recall certain things, a certain way that you felt, and you can't because it's gone. Let it go. Let it do its thing. Don't fight it. Don't get scared. Don't look and say, well, I want to know what it feels like. I want to remember what it was like to be a little kid again and remember that. Let it go. Because as long as you define yourself with your experiences, you got one foot in and one foot out, and you're going to make it really difficult for yourself. And we're already getting screwed with the shit that's being thrown at us as far as, frequency interferences. Like I said, something is going on. All right. I also have to say that, and I've said it in another video, between the 26th and the 28th of this month, something is going to transpire. Don't know what. Haven't looked into it much, haven't meditated on it much because I've been very, very busy, so I haven't. But I will tell you, it will either be on the 26th or the 28th, or the 26th, 27th, and the 28th for the 3 days. Okay, I'm not sure what, but okay. I have to cut this video short because, like I said, I just came back from a little bit of a vacation and I have laundry and everything else I have to do. Hang tight. Tonight I will get to the rest of the emails and stuff like that. I just really couldn't do it. Want you to all know that I love you very much, and blessings to everyone. Okay. And I will definitely reply to as many as I can. And if I can't, then I will make another video in a couple of days. All right. Love you all. Blessings.